Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm Shawn David. Thanks for tuning in. In today's video, I want to take a look at the career of Shawn Bradley, a player that most fans only remember as being a guy that gets dunked on all the time. And I want to actually take a look at it and see, was he really that bad and what happened with his career? But before we start with this video, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you want to get exclusive access to more videos and podcasts, check out my Patreon account. And I would say, without any more blah blah, let's get right into today's episode.
Here comes McCready. Oh, he just sucked the gravity right out of the building.
My first thing was to just go up and try to get contact and draw a foul on it. But another part of me just told me to go up and dunk on it. This guy is 7'7", 7'6", 7'7", whatever he is, and just make a post out of him. You know, it's possibly be his last year in the league, so you know, send him a going away present.
Yeah, I mean, he retired maybe because of it, right? He said, enough. You know, I can only be the Mount Everest of all these great jumpers here for so long.
That was nice. At 7'4", you just dumped on me. Shawn Bradley was a poster child for every for a lot of.
All right, I want to start off this video by taking a look how Shawn Bradley actually made it to the NBA, and let's see his NBA journey. Shawn Paul Bradley was born on the 22nd of March in 1972, Landstuhl, Germany, at the U.S. military base medical facility. He grew up in Castledale, Utah when his family moved back to the United States, and Shawn started to play basketball at a very young age. He played high school basketball at the Amory High School from 1987 until 1990. He was one of the most successful basketball players in Utah's high school history. He finished his high school career averaging 20 points, 11.5 rebounds, 5.4 blocks per game. Incredible numbers.
In the middle of coal country, college coaches are trying to mine the mother lode. They know where it is all right in the middle of the Emory County gym. His name is Shawn Bradley, the Spartan's 7'4" center.
I can't think of a kid 7'5", you know, in the history of the United States that can do the things that Shawn Bradley can do at this stage.
Peterson might exaggerate his height, but not Bradley's ability, because at this stage, Shawn Bradley can do everything.
Bradley was heavily recruited, and every major college wanted to have the 7'6" phenomenon. What made Bradley so special was that he was very quick, and despite his size, he could really move and shoot. There were some games where Bradley would actually rebound the ball and go coast to coast and dunk the ball on the other end. Bradley decided to attend Brigham Young University in Utah, where he set up a freshman record averaging 5.2 blocks per game, being #1 in the country. In total, he was averaging 14.8 points per game, 7.7 rebounds, and shooting 51% from the field. What a freshman season. After only 1 year, Bradley left school to serve as a missionary for his church. And after serving for 2 years, he signed up for the NBA draft in 1993. It seems kind of strange today, but at the 1993 NBA draft, Shawn Bradley was a sure lottery pick. I mean, that draft class, you had guys like Penny Hardaway, Jamal Mashburn, and Chris Webber, but many were considering Shawn Bradley to be maybe the best player of that draft class. So how did it go?
Are those players expected to go early in this year's NBA draft? Michigan's Chris Webber is likely to be one of the first picks taken.
I think I can be an impact player right away, and I wouldn't have come out if I didn't think that.
Joining Webber at the head of the class is 7'6" Shawn Bradley.
Bradley or Webber, you know, either one would just fit our needs perfectly.
With the second pick in the 1993 NBA draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Shawn Bradley from Brigham Young University.
The most important thing, Bob, is to be patient with this young guy. You can see him with the commissioner. He's about 40 pounds heavier than when he checked into college. He checked in at 205. He's about 248 now. And when you look at the highlights, this is a young man that can run and catch the ball and has moves. It's just he's going to have to get bigger and stronger.
In his rookie season, even though he didn't play organized basketball for 2 years, Bradley had a lot of pressure to perform right away. The Sixers signed NBA legend Moses Malone to mentor Bradley. And even though Bradley was very inconsistent, he still averaged 10 points, 6.2 rebounds, and 3 blocks a game in his rookie season. He had some very good games, even dropped 24 points on Shaquille O'Neal. During the season, Bradley was getting better and better, and he was selected to the NBA All-Star Game rookie team. What many people forgot was that Shawn Bradley actually worked on the skyhook and was actually one of the few guys who could really pull it off.
Down to Bradley, looking for the hook. And finding it.
I'm happy for him. And, you know, he's making progress.
But in February 1994, he suffered his first big season-ending injury. He dislocated his kneecap, which, by the way, wouldn't be his only time. In his second season, Bradley came back, and he could see that something wasn't right. His movement wasn't as fluent, but he was still improving in rebounding and his shooting percentage and blocks.
This is game number 39 in the season. Bradley loads up that hook and calls.
After that season, the Philadelphia 76ers knew Bradley had issues with his body and traded him to the New Jersey Nets, where he stayed for 2 seasons and again improved in every aspect. And on certain nights, you could really see what a great skill set Shawn Bradley actually has. I mean, look at that move. That is a better post game than 99% of today's bigs have. But again, Shawn Bradley got hurt seriously again and was losing more and more of his mobility. And this is exactly where his downfall started. He was still trying to block shots. He was still trying to play the same way as he did when he was healthy. And year by year, it got worse and worse. In 1996, when he was traded to the Dallas Mavericks, so when he was at the age of 24, it's very interesting because Bradley was playing 33 games. That was before his next injury, and at that time he was averaging 14.6 points per game, 8.7 rebounds, 2.7 blocks in only 32 minutes, so really, really good numbers. Then he got hurt, and from that point onwards, yeah, it really went downhill. So that was exactly the time when it started, when Shawn Bradley got posterized all of the time. And still, to be honest, I'm happy that he was challenging those guys. But of course, it didn't look too good when he got posterized that often. The sad thing is, nowadays, if you go on YouTube and you type in Shawn Bradley, you only see Shawn Bradley getting posterized. What you don't see is that this guy actually blocked a lot of shots. So let's see how good he was at that.
And Hill, Bradley a block. Bradley recovered for his 1,000th career block. Bradley knocks it away. Starks blocked by Bradley. Underneath Jamison. Bradley a block. Jamison again. Bradley a block.
Shot rejected. Now let's take a look at Shawn Bradley's numbers. And actually, you guys will be surprised he had some good seasons. And some seasons for his age, they weren't that bad. So the numbers that we now take a look at are the numbers post Shawn Bradley's injury. At that point, he was averaging 8.6 points per game, which isn't incredible. Still, 8 rebounds, not too bad. But as you can see, the numbers got worse and worse year by year. But that was already at the point where Shawn Bradley was a totally different player. And the same thing happened to Grant Hill and Penny Hardaway. And don't get me wrong, I'm not comparing him to those kind of guys. But you can see if an injury changes the way you play, it can really be bad. So now to the short time period where Shawn Bradley actually was healthy. Remember, when he entered the NBA, he didn't play organized basketball for 2 years, so it definitely needed at least 1 year to adjust and to get in shape. But then in 1995 and 1996, when he was playing with the New Jersey Nets, that guy was averaging about 12 to 13 points, averaging about 8 rebounds, and almost 4 blocks a game. Just for the record, those numbers are pretty similar to Dikembe Mutombo. Mutombo just had a little bit more rebounds. And in 1996, when he was playing with the Dallas Mavericks, Bradley was almost averaging 15 points, almost 9 rebounds, and that in only 32 minutes. Those are definitely decent numbers. Alright you guys, so what happened to Shawn Bradley? I mean, one of the reasons why I made this video is I want to show that Shawn Bradley was not that bad as many people give him credit for. I actually think he was a very good shot blocker and had the potential to be an NBA star. He actually did. But what happened? He got injured quite a few times, and especially with a player of that size, once your knees kind of leave you, it's kind of hard to be productive or to reach your full potential. So I think he could have been a very good player, and yeah, to me, he was not that bad as many people say. Plus, to be honest, I would be really happy if we would have somebody like Shawn Bradley in today's NBA, somebody who accepts the challenge and actually contests dunks. This is something that we really, really miss in today's NBA.
Tracy McGrady. Yeah, he came baseline. He beat Dirk and came baseline. He got me. He got me good. But it was, I mean, a lot of guys got me. But, you know, I blocked a lot of their shots, too. So I had fun. I liked the challenge. I enjoyed the challenge. It's kind of fun.